Thank you for joining us on this journey where we get to build happy marriages and lasting relationships. I know that this is what we always have in mind when we are getting into relationships or getting into marriages, but whatever happens in the middle somewhere, things go wrong and things happen, and that is why we are not here for the intentions of getting into relationships and marriages. We are here for the middle part, for the process, for the journey before the happiness, before anything good happens. That middle part is where the mess is, and that is what we usually talk about, so that you can be able to intentionally create a happy lasting relationship and marriage. And that's the only reason we are here.
I've never felt better than when I have an opportunity to talk to someone about my mistakes, sharing my experience, and telling them what they should avoid to have a better life ahead of them. It's an opportunity. Okay, we call it a testimony. And the power behind a testimony is I have lived that life. And this is where I am. So it feels so good when I must speak to the young generation, when I have an opportunity to talk to these young men, mostly young men, and tell them what they should avoid to have a better life. So this to me is amazing.
Priceless.
It's priceless. That, we talk about our shortfalls. We talk about our experiences, we talk about our failures, we talk about our victories as well, because there's a lot to celebrate in marriage.
That's true.
Marriage has gotten a different narrative that must be addressed. There's a belief out there, and it's very intentional. It's in the movies. Almost all the movies you watch, someone is directing that movie a certain direction. From the dramas that you watch on TV, from social media, someone is telling you otherwise. Someone is convincing you to believe otherwise. And what
They're
are they
conditioning
doing?
you.
They are fighting the morals, the good about marriage. They're killing the marriage, the beauty in the marriage. All that they want is to convince you that is not a direction that you ever want to take. That anything else is better than trying. Don't even try. But I'm here to tell you, we're living examples, and there's so many out there. By the way, this is a special call, and it goes out to all marrieds out there. Okay, your marriage life is a ministry. It is okay to stay in Kamoli and enjoy, but it's a lot better when you can share your life
with someone else.
So some of us,
them.
I know it's a sacrifice. I mean, I hate camera. Okay, I
usually tell them I drag you out here.
I don't.
I drag you while you're screaming.
Every time I think about the kind of impact, every time I think about a family out there that needs to learn something new, that every time I think about it, I'm like, I'll go. So I call you out, please, regardless of what you have battled, what you have gone through, whatever that you have been able to conquer or experience. It's a lesson. It is a lesson to someone out there. Someone is waiting for you to come out and share your life with them and help them. This is not just about being on TV. This is not just about being on social media. It's not just about what they call celebrity. This is ministry. This is ministry.
Building strong homes.
So you want to help get out of that kamoli and help somehow be part of a community, be part of Inspire Men initiative, be part of a women's gathering, be part of some group that are trying to help. Don't die with all of it. Help, give back. I was about to talk about my mother. Maybe we'll talk about my mother later. But she died empty. She gave out everything. She gave her life and her everything. And oh my,
that's so
every time I
fulfilling.
think about it, I'm like, I just want to die the same. I want to give away everything. That I've given my life,
the knowledge,
I've given my
the resources,
life, I've given my knowledge, I've given my resources,
my time,
given back to everyone in my generation and the generations to come, that I have emptied, I've shared my life with them.
That's what makes a difference.
And that's the only way you return to heaven with a big crown.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Some of you want to die with big crowns here.
It's
and
not about how
and when you get to heaven,
following.
you find a very small one. But when you die, you leave all your crowns here.
I know.
So die empty here so that you meet a bigger crown up there.
Wow, that's amazing. And
Oh, I feel like
especially
preaching.
that is, I know it is so positive, especially when we're about to turn the tables and shake some tables. It just feels like we should have continued with with the positivity, but again, we have nothing to do. If we are going to treat those wounds, if we're going to help us in the messiness of this journey, then we might as well handle things the way they should be. And this is where we are calling out all the cultural, social, and even religious conditioning that permits male infidelity while demanding females to stay faithful. And it's devastating. It is actually very traumatic on them. They have to forgive, they have to be silent, and they have to pretend that everything
I
going
still wonder
on
who told
well.
a man that you can't be accountable.
I know, but that's what's happening in the world out there.
And that's the worst
The
mess.
patriarchy that is actually happening, how men have been brought up, the society, and society does not even exclude church. Yeah, people have stood on the podiums and they have said otherwise. When you go to these counseling sessions, you still, some counselors and coaches are still imbalanced in the way they do things. They want the woman to keep quiet, to forgive and accept, and they want the man to get away with it. And they go without accountability.
Our side, it's different. When you cause emotional damage, we expect you to ask for forgiveness.
Yeah, take responsibility.
And forgiveness, our definition of the forgiveness is different. It's a turnaround. You don't just ask for forgiveness, but you have to turn around and do different.
Yes.
Do different to mean I am wrong for what I did. I will never do it again. And this is the life I choose to live. That when I insulted you, when I hurt you, when I cheated on you, now I know very well that I hurt you and I'm very sorry, but don't expect me to do it again. And then we'll make sure that you are held accountable by your wife to it, that you don't do it again. Otherwise, we're telling women otherwise.
And when you do it again, there are repercussions.
And here for our counseling sessions, we don't tell a woman, take a mazim kamwa. Sirika. We tell them, speak.
Yeah.
Speak
Stand
up
for yourself.
because she's a human being that expects to be treated fairly.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know where these notions came from of a man can cheat.
A man is a man.
A man can.
Boys are always boys.
That in this day and age, nope. Because
So
if both of you are breadwinners, because what's happening right now, Hilda, I can't leave you in the house sleeping. It's impossible. Gone are the days our mothers maybe had that opportunity where they stayed home and took care of us. But in this day and age, if I am winning for the family, I expect my wife to be partnering with me in so many ways. Winning inclusive. And by that I mean, if she must contribute at least 50,000, it's money. At least it can buy salt. So in our day and age, we all go out there and fight for our families. There's no one who stays in the house. Okay? And then for some men who keep saying, for me, I can't allow my wife to go and work. For me, I can't allow my wife. Tell me that your daughter that you have sent to school one day will finish university, and some man somewhere there will tell her the same.
And say, let's see if you will allow.
And you'll sleep comfortable in your bed. So if you don't want to sow that kind of seed, wake up. Come on. You're just being fake.
Yep. And they usually have weird kind of reasons, but I just want us to break down the faithfulness double standards, because now this is a double standard. That means that you expect a different treatment when you do something, and then you're dishing out a different treatment. I think we've seen so many people that come to us, and especially the woman. She will call, she's in tears, she's torn apart, she is broken, and she's like, okay, I know that he's dealing with so-and-so. And most of the times, by the way, it will not be even single kind of cheating. And that is where I say there is quite a huge problem. It is not that this man is dealing with one person, but sometimes it will be that they are dealing with multiple other partners, being unfaithful with other partners. And for the woman, for you, you're supposed to accept everything. Don't talk about it. Yeah. And just pretend everything is normal. give him his food, still make love to him, still take care of the children, still take care of the home, like everything that is expected of you as a woman, then it should be able to go on the way it is. Now, there are a few women, however, who have come out and most of them will tell you that I actually didn't intend it, but I found myself that I actually took the same path. And when they took the same path, the male counterparts, if there is anyone that is watching us there, you're seated with your partner or you're in your house with your, as in the male counterparts will be like bees. They'll be like, they will traumatize the other party. Yeah, ask them all the questions, want to hold them accountable, want them to take responsibility, want them to apologize if the woman ever steps out of the marriage, want them to apologize, but you cannot bring out anything to do with a man and what he does.
And the ugly part is lack of accountability, lack of character building, lack of sense of responsibility has caused this generation to suffer in so many ways. I usually give this example when I meet men, because I lead a group of men called Inspire Men Initiative. And I sit with them and I tell them, if you go down to the parking lot right now and start counting the vehicles down there, 15 out of whatever cars there belong to women.
Yeah.
And do you know why? They've allowed to be held accountable. They've allowed to apologize where necessary. They have been told you have to stay pure.
Yep.
They have been told everything that helps them become better people.
They've allowed to be mentored.
While you the men, us the men, have been told to be wild. Yeah. We've been told you can do anything.
To be men.
Who can talk back to you? Who has
You're the man of the house.
Who has the right even to speak back to you? Yeah. But then exactly. You know, that's why women are developing so very fast and we are not. Why? Because it is this character that shapes them to become the people that they are right now. Women today earn more money than men, and you're going to tell me no, men are broke. Men are really broke.
I'm glad that's coming from a man.
Yes, because I deal with them.
I'm so glad.
I deal with them. I deal with them. They are.
Because if I said it, they would stone me.
No,
but I'm glad that it's coming from a man.
They are.
Yeah.
Accomplished men that are somewhere in life, are very, very careful. Because how they have gotten there, it's been tough and tough. I know of men who came from villages. One of them that will be hosting this Saturday is a pastor that I know very well. He's going to be speaking to the men. Yeah. And I know his testimony. Never went to school, does not even have a senior 4 certificate. No. You understand? Right now, he leads. By the way, the church that is building right now, value is probably about 2 to 2.5 billion.
I know.
Okay?
Still trust me. His wife,
exactly. I think has like 5 or 6.
Some of them have even finished campus.
But yes. You understand? Yeah. Now, you expect that man to become stupid at his age, in his late 40s? Impossible.
He knows what he got.
He has gone through fire, he's gone through storms, he's gone through heat, he's gone through all the rough patches that have made him the man that he has become. And it's not just about to drop it. The ages that are really struggling right now, you understand, are between 18 to 35. Tebawulira. Tebagambwako, bamanyi nnyo, they are everywhere, they are not accountable to anyone, they don't want to learn from anyone, they are so shallow. Shallow is an understatement. Even when you ask them, what do you want to be in the next 5 years, they don't know.
But they also married someone.
No, they did not marry someone. They have married the whole village. They have sowed seed almost everywhere. At 35 years, like 8 children, but does not have a stable job.
Every shaking nyash is something to discover.
So, think here is, what is there to learn from men like us? It's a lot. But one that I will tell you for sure, we are allowed to be held accountable. And saying sorry does not make us weak. It makes us wiser.
Yeah.
So we have learned where to say sorry, and we have learned to let certain things go. You know that thing that they call delayed gratification?
Yeah.
We have let certain things go. where I would feel like I would want to be that kind of person. I would like to be the one who is shining, walking on top of that, and everyone calling my name, calling me the star, and we're like, we will forego being the star, the big shot in town, and everything for something more important.
Yep. Though in the same breath, I don't want us to forget. Yes, it's 18 to 35. But there are some men that have aged without sense as well.
I
don't want us to leave them out, because it's possible that man is seated with the wife in the sitting room and the wife is thinking, but mine is 50 but senseless. Yes, mine is 50 but does not want to be held accountable. If we are shaking these tables, all the drinks must fall to the ground. We don't want to leave some of the drinks half on the table, because then where is the healing going to come from? Because I have talked about these scenarios so many times, and I know that so many people have actually attacked me on social media, and part of which I've usually told men that while you are still between 18 and 35, you're dilly-dallying and doing all the stupid things and thinking that, you know what, maybe you'll have time to rectify when you are old. But once a fool, always a fool. Once a cheat, always a cheat. So you're going to cheat even in your 50s with gray hair everywhere on your body, and you still don't have sense to know that there's character, you're grooming the next generation, your children are looking at you. Because why is it that this double standard is actually existing? Because some children watch their parents cheat and they thought that it is okay. So now they took it to another generation, and they took it to another generation. They accepted it as it is, instead of them deciding and saying that, you know what, I don't want to live like my father lived. I don't want to live like so-and-so lived. So these old men, I've usually told them that, by the way, these are the people, their children tell us, Bambu didenga food. I don't want to know. When a man, when our girl or a child sees that their mother is being tortured with silence, with submission, with accepting the double standards, while the man is like a cock that doesn't have a brain, is out there doing everything, knocking everything alive. And this child decides in their brain that, by the way, I know what a fool looks like, and I know who the one who is not a fool
between where you are and where you want to be is a decision.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in a home where my father would drink, like fish, and smoke. He was a chain smoker.
Yeah,
I've never drunk, I've never smoked, because I hated that kind of life. Now, no one sat me down to tell me. I just hated the fact that he would drink like fish and smoke. So I hated that too. In that, if you smoke 20, 30 meters near me, I'll even be choked, and I'll get a flu. I think you've seen that.
Yeah.
Anywhere I go, I tell them, if there's any smoke near, I don't want. But it came from
a decision.
A decision that I made
individually.
As a kid, I was like, this kind of life, not for me. Number two, I hated poverty.
Yeah.
When my father stopped working, we struggled as a family.
Yeah.
I saw my mother, who did not see a black man. My father was a very educated man.
Yeah.
You understand? He worked all government jobs. My mother did not. An illiterate woman who said, I did not go to school, but all my kids must go to school. And she paid our school fees, not our father, but my mother.
Wow.
And that I learned, and I said,
that is a character.
That one something I want.
Yeah.
Between where you are and where you want to be is a decision.
Yeah.
The only thing is the choice, the decisions that you make are weak. Weesasira nnyo, toyina bugumiikiriza. You want to live in the now. You know those things
instant
that
gratification.
Yes, you do not want to sacrifice. While everyone else is toiling, you want to sleep.
Yep.
While everyone is paying a price for something that they want to become, you don't want to.
You're lazy.
Yes, very lazy. So everything else is acting against what you would wish for yourself. So it does not become a decision, it becomes a wish that you wish you would become better. But what I'm talking about, you must make a decision and live that life.
And pay the sacrifices.
Living that life means paying a sacrifice, means dropping some friends, means living a life that probably most of your friends wouldn't desire.
Yeah.
It's from school.
They'll call you boring.
From school.
Yeah.
The most successful ones were the boring ones.
That's true.
Very boring.
They were the book ones.
They lived a boring life.
But the life of the party
yes, because
was nowhere.
Yes, at a time when you're going out to a party or you're going out to a social gathering somewhere, they're busy. And it showed. Results were good. Ended up doctors.
Yeah.
Ended up great engineers. At least they got something from school.
And
what is there to show? Now, there's something you say that you can't be in your 50s while you've been just aging. Okay?
But the sense.
Trust me, in every generation, those ones will always be there.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible to have everyone into your value.
I know.
But for a fact, some of us who are in our late 40s and in our 50s, we got a glimpse of a more organic life. More organic to mean every holiday we would go to a village. And in the village, I remember I still have those memories. They would tell us, you want school fees? You want your school fees to be paid? I remember very well. My mother, from her earnings, mukazi atasoma yali yagula ettaka n'azimba n'alima n'okulima. Nga we go, we harvest the coffee. I remember the processes, drying it up, maybe and taking it kuchuma, jitundanga. So tell me, after going through all of that, you pay school fees and you go and play. So a bit of that organic, real life, you understand, somehow molded us, shaped us. I mean, we're in a generation where life is between a fridge, a TV, and a lift.
And a car.
The car. You understand? We walked to school. Shoes were for Christmas. Big days like Easter. Otherwise, every day, kagere. Nogenda kusomero. No komao. Tetwakula. But then, there are certain things that were molded. There were certain things that were shaped in the inside of us that have made us a totally different kind of people. I sometimes say that if you're between your 40s and your 50s, you're called a bridge between generations. You're between a generation that will never come of our fathers in the 70s and 80s, because you call them baby boomers?
The baby boomers.
Exactly.
Yes. You're between the baby boomers and the millennials.
And let me tell you, that bridge is so powerful. So powerful. Because we saw our fathers. We lived with them. And we had an opportunity to test real manhood, being a real man, real life. Most of them started driving, or at least afforded a car, in their early 40s. You understand? Life was so hard. All that we knew was a bicycle, not even a bike, not even a boda pichi.
That's how hard.
But it shaped something in us. Now, when you look at today, everything has moved to a girl. Girls are more disciplined. Girls are more focused. Girls are hardworking. Girls are fending for families. Girls are providing for families. And sometimes I sit with my men and I'm like, you are shame that a woman is providing for your home. At least gendo syndicate chigali. A woman comes and says, omwami wange akeda kuwanika bigere mu ntebe n'alaba TV.
I know.
Nga ne TV gyalaba nze yagigula. Ne internet owa YouTube ali ku TV.
Gamba bamterako ne airtime n'akwanamo omukazi omulala. And that is where we're talking about the double standards, because I wanted us to just elaborate where is it coming from? Because I feel like somewhere, though I wanted to backtrack this conversation to a place where you actually talked about actually, you've just even brought it up when it comes to women, that women now are taking over, they are earning, they are doing most of the things. But there's something I actually read yesterday night where they say that women who earn a certain amount of money are now opting to be single because peace is more important in their lives than any disruption and kamanyiro and disrespect and lack of loyalty. And that speaks a lot to the double standards that men do not want to be held accountable, but they want women that can be held accountable.
Yes.
They want women, and when you're a woman, you are bringing the check, to the lazy man, and you're doing everything that you have to do including you have to keep quiet when he goes out and cheats.
So sad.
I know. Then fend for yourself. Go look for somewhere to stay. Leave the women alone. And the women are opting out. So they are opting to be single. They're like, you know what? I don't think I want to take this because I forgave you the first time. I forgave you the second time. And most of them are being told right now that, by the way, he does something once, you write him off because chances are he's going to do it again. So if you can afford your life, leave him. So you see now the women empowerment is also preaching a different gospel. Why? Because together they are forming a movement that is saying we are tired of double standards. If you cannot wrap up this thing and if you cannot accept accountability, because when you look at the men that are accountable, their homes are happy.
Yeah.
And guess what? There will always be men that are senseless that are saying, bamuteka muchupa, bambi bamuleka mukasala kubo. Why? Because yegwe bataleka mukasala kubo. Their penis is everywhere doing everything.
The thing that I've learned about all that talk is if you can do what I cannot do, the best thing is to downplay it.
Yeah, exactly.
So they know the man ego and how a man feels when you start doing that. That's senseless. It's stupid. It's just an inadequate and
it's inadequacy speaking.
Yes,
out too loud. But that is putting your dirty lead, spreading foolishness, like showing the world who you really are.
Exactly.
If you're a man and you say that,
yes,
you look at a fellow man who has a happy family, who has a happy marriage, and you're able to call to say, but he's not man enough. Hey, for you, what is the meaning of man enough? That means you have a different meaning.
Ayogera ekyo alina kyabulako. Kyaba ayogerera.
N'okukisobola takisobola kiri.
Anti kyengamba aba alina kyabulako, so engeri ennyangu ya kukyogerera.
To tear down another person.
Exactly. So
that they can feel a man enough. Yeah.
So when you hear such nonsense, you just keep quiet, just let it go, because you'll be wasting your time trying to argue with the fool.
Yeah, I really think you've addressed the issue of why the imbalance is happening. I think you talked about the lack of maturity.
Yeah.
The lack of maturity that is prevailing in our generation, and like it is everywhere. Some of these days when I see people wedding, like half the time I'm like, do they understand what they are getting into? You see a man, a certain generation, and you're like, I hope you're not just putting on pants, but when you are not a real backbone for
the
your
worst
family.
Place for
as
a man,
you have fears everywhere.
The worst place for a man, the worst place for a man is to turn into a burden.
Yeah.
When a man turns into a burden, it ceases to be a solution. A man is a solution. Man is created
to lead.
Not just only lead, but take the place of partnership with God.
Yeah.
The reason as to why you are called a man is God wants to do through you, wants to accomplish something through you. He is using you to be his channel, his partner, to accomplish or bring to fulfillment certain things. Now, there are certain things that I've said before, and I said in the Bible, the only time that God talks about a widow is when a man has died. It says, I am the husband to the widows and the father to the fatherless. And because my partner has died, gone, and only me, God can take the place of my partner. Now, when you become a burden while you're still alive, so tofude, okyali mulamu, naye ng'oli mugugu. Kati Katonda yeewuunya nkole ntya n'ekintu kino.
I know, oli mugugu atogattako
n'obwenzi. Ate okyaliwo kiringa ekikere nga kiraalidde mu pipe. Twetaaga amazzi naye tegasobola kutambula kubanga ekikere kizibye amazzi. God wants to use you as a channel of a blessing. He wants to clear the channel. And the only God clears that channel is when He works in and through you as a man to become a channel of a blessing to your family, to bring peace to your family, provision to your family, security to your family, love to your family, and become the best example to community.
Yeah.
And that's how we thrive. You're going to
By
tell me
you're
going to tell me I don't have a job right now. Nonsense. It has nothing to do with you not having a job.
It's not about money.
It's not about you having a job. It's about you getting out there. I have had an opportunity to interact with some couples where the woman has a job, a good job,
for herself,
you understand, and she's paying for everything. But guess what? The man every day gets out to support, because it's not that he was wired that way that he will never have a job. Things happen down the road. Things happened. His business collapsed, and
lost a job.
You understand? But now he knows his place. That I'm not doing well. The best I can do is to stand by my wife and support her. How? I will take the kids to school and pick them up. Toli Muloge, you're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. When there is need to at least okomerera emisumali mu gundi waggulu nga egize, you do it. You at least work it ogikomerera bubi naye ng'okikoze sink egize, at least you help with the plumbing. Bwe kikulema kale n'olyoka oleeta plumber n'akikola. You are supporting your wife. And guess what? From some of the couples that we've interacted with, the woman will tell you, all the money as I receive it, I bring it to the table, to my husband, and we plan together. And I'm the happiest woman.
And he's supportive.
And I'm the happiest woman.
Because what they want is also respect. We think respect has to be one way. All they want is respect.
So you're going to tell me, Tim, you're going to be movies here in Uganda.
Yeah.
Here in Uganda.
That's true.
And some of the families that I know, the women have helped their men support them to even start again.
That's true.
And their husbands now are doing a lot better. But they have not found a second wife. And a third wife. And a fourth. They still have the same woman still taking care of the families. Because they were there when there was nothing. And they are there when they have plenty.
Yeah.
One of them I would have mentioned the names that I know. I would have mentioned some of their names. But I can't, of course. But
it's beautiful
like,
to watch.
It is beautiful.
It's encouraging.
It is beautiful.
It's encouraging. You would pray any woman actually gets into
but you know, one of the key issues is, even when things went really bad down the slope, so ugly for the man, he still stayed the leader to his family.
Yeah.
He would still go out there and plan. Ababa bamulaba akomyewo awaka aleeseeyoko kilo 2 ez'ebijanjaala, aleese akawunga, aleese amenvu. You understand?
Yeah.
You know how good it feels?
I know.
Jobless, but can at least go out there and be a broker and help some.
As a
nayiya nakomako nga alina emitwalo 2 n'agamba mugende mugule sukali n'omugaati.
But there are those who will be straws that are put in the woman's bag. I think you've had also those ones that are taking out everything.
Leadership here has nothing to do with the size of your wallet. It's about you being the man that you were even before things got bad.
Yeah,
so you still stay the same man.
Yeah,
you still take leadership of your home. I'm talking about engaging even in harder discussions. You're like, honey, I'm jobless right now. We can't afford this house. It's 1.5 million. I think we're going to move to a house of 500,000. And your wife is like, no, I can afford. Like, well, I thank you so much, but I think that money can do other things.
Yeah.
You know, let's move to a house of 500,000. We will.
We will get back.
We'll get back. I need some
even
time.
Better.
Now, those are discussions that a leader can have.
Not
kuteekawo ntondo, kunyiiga ogutadde mu nnyindo, oyombayomba buli ssaawa, as if omukazi yakuleetera embeera gy'olimu. Okola entondo.
Wawa rent n'atantuusa wa landlord.
Kanywemu ku lwekyo.
Kanywemu ku lwekyo.
And that's the definition of becoming a burden.
I know.
Then you are a real burden. And in God's eyes, do you know what happens with the burden? When Jesus walked over to the tree that was so green, the leaves all green. It looked so cute and so nice, but did not have any fruit. The Bible says he cast it. So you don't want to be in the place of being cast, because that's what happens. People get rid of burdens. No one wants to entertain a weight.
Yeah.
No one wants to carry
indirectly, they will find a way to dispose
Anyone
you
who
off.
is doing business today will tell you, the moment I realize there is a weight, I cut it off. Because you want to move lighter.
That's true.
You want to be swift.
Times are even hard. You don't want to be another hard thing.
No one entertains a burden. No one entertains a weight. Every man out there,
you become a stress.
Don't become a weight. Don't become a burden. Become a solution.
Yeah.
And that's how God
created it.
And that's how God will bless you. Go out there. Position yourself right for the blessing. And God will somehow find a way to bless you. Some of you, by the way, all that you need is just to visit some of your friends. Tambulako, nogendako mu mikwano gyo, nokyalira ku tiimu, nomuganze kubuuzaako. Okimanyi nti omulimu gwagenda? Mulimu ki eno? Sometimes you realize that, gamba gwe, I have been looking for an accountant for the last six months.
Come tomorrow.
Jangu enkyo otandika okukola. That's how things happen.
I know.
You got out of your way and did something different.
You stopped being a weight.
Stop being a weight. Entebe ozimenye owanike
TV
nogiyombera na remote nogiyombera n'abaana abaana baagala kulaba katuuni taata alemedde ku TV tavaako
ayagala mubiira. Yeah, but I want us to make a twist in this conversation and talk about the toll, the pain, the trauma that women go through. Because it's quite intense. I know that we've counseled so many, especially women, and they are going through that. They've even paid for the session. Some men have refused to come. When a man comes, then he asks, but if I had known that you were bringing me for these foolish things, I would not have come. For him, he feels like he is bigger than God, and he feels actually he's doing a favor to her. Most of the men in that kind of scenario, they feel like they're extending a favor. They even tell it to you. I am with you.
Here just to help you.
To help you. They will even tell you can never get any other man. You have nowhere else to go. But they're not willing to leave you.
Yeah.
They are not willing to leave you. So I just want us to talk about the pain points or the emotional toll it actually does on a woman. And number one being stripping off their confidence. Because a woman wants to be loved. And that is what the Bible says, that men love your women. Love them. But a person you love, you cannot disrespect. A person you love, you cannot try to go out of loyalty with them. You will try to be their friend. Now, that means all the pillars of love are broken in that scenario, but they still expect submission.
Absolutely.
Which is very, very hard. I think there's a statement I said some time back, and I said that expecting a woman to submit to a man that is not loving is like teaching a child to swim in a swimming pool without water.
Yeah. Almost impossible.
You can't. It's impossible. You can't swim without water. So you can't submit without love.
Yeah.
After
Absolutely.
some time, you will have to break away. So I know that so many women are watching, and some of them would want just the validation of, so I am actually not mad for wanting better. I am not mad for demanding respect. I am not mad for speaking up. The thing is, you are crushed.
Yeah.
And your partner has to know that he has crushed you. But while their head is still up in the cloud, they don't even know that they are crushing you. They are trampling over you. They are stepping on you. And they are doing everything to make sure that the pain is felt. Yeah. But they don't know that they are trampling over you.
So sad. Number two is the unmet expectations. Any woman, however strong, however mighty, however powerful, when they agree to get married to someone, they expect you to take the lead.
Yeah.
I usually talk about the book that says men who won't lead, women who will never follow.
Yep.
If you are the man, a woman will expect to protect them, provide for them, and as you said, love them. Be the leader of the home. That is at least minimum.
The expectation.
That is the basic expectation that at least they think you should be able to take the leadership. So for things like where we should stay, where we should buy the land, where we should build, which school the children should go to, you'll find that she's bouncing off all this to you, regardless of your situation. All that she's saying is take the leadership.
Take the lead, yeah.
And what she wants is you to be in the leadership seat, in the driver's seat. Now, when you don't, she eventually tries to. And of course, when she tries to, because she's not supposed to be doing it, she will lead you astray, or she will not lead the family right. And not because she can, but it's not her place as given by God to lead. So when there are when there is unmet expectations, a woman is shattered. Because she doesn't know how to do it better. Because anything that she tries to do, otherwise it's disrespectful. You read it as
disrespect.
You're taking my place as a man. Ate eri bakyogeranga batasobola kukola kituufu bye basinga okuyomba. So if she's taking your place as a man, twatuukawo tutya? How did we get there? That she's the one who's deciding which plot of land and where to buy it. I gave you an example of a certain woman who made a man pay rent in their own house.
Wow.
I told you that story.
Yes, you did.
She bought a house nga omusajja tamanyi. Ne basemuka ne bayingira mu nju nga gayi tamanyi. And she collected from the husband for years. Nga tamanyi nti the actual landlord is the wife. She made sure every month she collects from the guy. Then, when she had collected enough and bought a bigger piece of land, is when she revealed to the guy that, by the way, I am your landlord. Because the guy kept saying, landlord, yono gwe tutasinkanako, gwe tutalabako abeera wayani. And the woman would find a way to play it.
But the money was coming.
The money was coming. So after some time, after she had secured, and that's what happens mostly if you are the kind of man who takes a back seat and you cannot lead. A woman ends up taking the leadership. So
and
at that point, the man felt so frustrated. But then he was like, she has helped us at least buy a piece of land from the money that I've been giving her. Because all that she did is every money she collected, she kept until she bought. She was like, by the way, all the money that you've given me in this number of years, but then zigata nayongeddeko, I've bought another plot 100 by 100 somewhere tugende tugirambule. The guy was like, all along you've been the landlord. Namugamba, yes, this is our house.
Now that woman is
it ended well.
Exceptional.
It ended well, but I will tell you, the man never ever remained the same. You understand? She was like, I'm telling you as fellow men, I don't know what I have in the house. And I don't know what to expect. And I don't know what I'm going to learn next.
I know what is hidden.
I don't know what is coming. Omukazi mutia. Now, don't slide into that place of omukazi mutia.
Because they must have gotten there.
No, yali akiraba nti ono tayina gyamutwala.
Exactly.
He's living the man is living hand to the mouth without a vision, without anything to do with tomorrow. Leadership. When I dug the story, every time they would try to have a conversation about what do you think the family in the next 5 years, tetuliwo olwaleero, tetuliwo, oyagala ki? Thank God for today. Now, it's not bad to thank God for today, but there's nothing wrong with you casting the vision about your tomorrow, most especially as a man.
Yeah. And as women, what we want is security.
A woman looks at you as a leader.
Yeah.
Just imagine leading an organization as big as this without casting vision, without sharing your vision. Yeah. People get tired.
It's blind. It's a blind walk. A blind leading a blind.
Yeah.
And that's not going to happen. And just like you said, when the needs are not met or the expectations are not met, whether on the side of responsibility, whether on the side of leadership, infidelity, and there is trust that has been bruised, that means that woman is going to crawl back into her shell and she's going to now determine the next course of action.
Yep.
And guess what? She has, the Bible calls them a crowd of witnesses. She has a crowd of sisters.
Yeah.
A crowd of women that have ever gone through bad situations. And the best that they can tell her, because she will go to them for advice. Because how we heal as women is through speaking.
Yeah.
So she will go and say, this and this is happening. He's cheating on me. It's like, have you been investing your money in that home? It's like, of course I've been investing. It's like, now, cut back. Keep all your money. Yes, but that is how she will be advised. And even if she came to me, it's the same thing I would tell them.
Sell the car.
It's the same thing. I would tell them, you know what? Keep your money. Yes, because if you can be everywhere doing everything, then
bad
let
advice,
him do
bad
it.
advice.
Bad advice. I'm glad you're saying it while you're looking. Even if the woman came to me and told me that, you know what? This is the third time. The other time it was with Rose. The other time Simanyi it was with Monica. And the other time it was with Simanyi with who? And then I'm like, okay, so now I want you to look at me. There is going to be another names, like 10 of them ahead who will come. So now, if you are the kind that is going to be the same, that you are a Jesus, you are a savior who came to be crucified because you love the man so much, better have some sense in your head.
Yes.
Better have some sense in your head. Yeah, but the thing is, you don't want to be there. You're the one telling, guma, that gospel of kuguma, me, I don't preach it. I don't. Even if they come, if your woman comes to my office, just know she's going to go out with a lot of sense to support you if you're a good man, and a lot of sense to push you aside if you're a bad man.
Yeah. Double standards.
Yeah, no, we don't want double standards. We have to hold them, as in a man has to be accountable, a woman has to be accountable. She has to respect, he has to respect. She has to be loyal, he has to be loyal. As in, she is flesh and blood. She feels pain. She's traumatized. Some of them are depressed to the extent of wanting to commit suicide to leave their poor children. You leave your poor children with a senseless man. What is that? You're like, you know what? Wake up. That man does not deserve any of your tears. He does not deserve any of your tears. Your children are your responsibility right now. So work hard, take care of your children. The thing is, what exactly are you looking for?
I know.
Yeah. So I think we need people to start thinking upright, and some women to start thinking upright. I know that you've been brought up well. You've been well nurtured from a good home that is respectful. I know that you take too long to learn because you've not burnt your fingers. But once you burn your fingers and you learn to actually know that, by the way, this life, I cannot entertain double standards. What I expect, and what he expects, he expects. So we are going to sit down and have to deal with this the way it has to be. There is a place for forgiveness.
That's true.
There is a place for forgiveness. But again, you don't forgive, like we usually say, a kid who goes and rolls in mud and then comes back and goes again and rolls in mud and comes back and looks at you with the eyes of mommy. And then you have to bathe again and then wash the clothes again. You give them a basin and you make them sit down, even if they are 2 years or 3 years old, and tell them whether you take 5 hours. With your small fingers, let them get into that basin and wash. So, fend for yourself, everyone for themselves.
But again, it's a special call to all marriages, married people, communities, churches. Please, the way you are policing women to be submissive, to be accountable.
That's true.
Modesty, purity.
You're a mother. You're shaming them.
The way you're doing it for the girls, please do it for the boys as well.
Yeah.
Do it for the boys. Police them. Tell them that accountability does not make you weak or less of a man.
Exactly.
Okay. Modesty, this thing where they go. I told my boys, the ones that I've raised, I've raised at least some boys where one of my boys is my nephew. I raised him from when I was a child. Right now he's a man, he's a doctor. I told him, when you go and impregnate someone's daughter, she becomes your responsibility. Don't bring her to my house. Find a place where to live with her and take care of her.
Take care of them.
The responsibility that comes with that kind of act is you buy the Pampers. So I told him that I'm not going to hide about your sexual life and bad behavior. I'm not going to sigenda kubikirira because ngokimanyi nti bajja kubimanya. Because that's the life you've chosen.
That's
so
true.
I would want communities to come out bold to tell the boys that there are consequences.
Yeah.
To every action. Consequences. And these consequences are heavy. Some of us have had to live with them for the last 25, 30 years.
Yeah.
Tell them. Choba kisa, it's just what they're going to find out there.
Instead, because you're a mother, you love him so much.
Yes, instead, you're too tough on the girls. You've been too tough on the girls.
Don't come back home. You belong to the man. You must love the man.
Too tough on the girls that they have learned to survive. And that's why they are doing so well. The same apply to the boys. And I would say even worse to the boys. Apply even harder to the boys. In a home, in a simple family, in your home, 2, 3 people, tell the boy to learn to apologize when they are in the wrong. He has hurt his sister. I tell him, when you are apologizing, oyimirira bulungi, ne weewombeeka
n'oyogera ebitegeerekeka.
N'omugamba nsonyiwa or forgive me for what I have done. I'll not do it again.
So they're saying, he's a boy. boys are like that. They are rude, and
it's a responsibility for the church. It's a responsibility for families. It's a responsibility for communities. It's a responsibility that we should own up and follow.
For
whatever that we have done in policing the girls, let's do it to police the boys as well. Otherwise, the boys are a mess. And guess what? They will keep messing up your daughters.
Yeah. And why are the women tired? It's not because they hate marriage. They are tired of disrespect.
Yeah.
They are tired of disrespect. And even if it were your child.
Yeah.
But I also had a very weird scenario where a man was told, I think the man was pursuing, he was an older man pursuing a very young girl who was in school. And someone asked him that, what if another man your age is pursuing your daughter that age? I was like, but all women take care of themselves.
Wow.
Yeah, like all women fend for themselves. Just imagine Matama with a big head, with a big stomach that has no sense.
Yeah. It's too painful.
It's too painful. That means he can rape anyone.
Yeah. So sad.
And he also calls himself a man.
Yeah. So
and
sad.
then you find a woman who is tired, and then people start asking, They know what they want. They know that they want to be respected as well. So the pain, I think most women are staying for kids, for ministry, to display that, you know what, because there are so many men of God who are in the same caliber, and sometimes I wonder what they actually preach. I'm not here to judge anyone. I'm not here to judge anyone. I have stopped. I promise. I have stopped. I'm not here to judge anyone. But the thing is, you are still in the same caliber that we talked about. So do not you're exempted from foolishness. No, knowing too much English does not exempt you from foolishness. And quoting the Bible does not exempt you from foolishness either. Anyone can cram the Bible. ChatGPT can spit out the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. It does not make it holy. Yeah. So... yeah, but the thing is, let's treat fellow humans, especially if you're a man and you're dealing with a woman, do not deal with them with double standards. If you're bringing up children, do not bring them up with double standards. Because what you show them is exactly what they're going. Some women, some girls have sworn never to get married because they have witnessed the double standards. So they're like, you know what? I have chosen to be a tomboy. I've chosen to work. There are so many girls who are in town, hustlers. As in, if you're a man and you stand before her, she can spit in. She can spit in your face. And some of them will tell you that, by the way, the only reason I will even need a man is to get a child, and sometimes just to have sex, and that is all. And she's like, I don't want mugugu. I don't want. They call them migugu. I know. You remember what we talked about, where the woman is like, you know what? You can come have fun, but don't sleep over at my place. I don't want a man snoring in my bed. Go back to your wife. You know. So that means you are a burden to your wife, and you're a burden to your side chick, and your side hen, and your side turkey. You are a burden everywhere. What kind of nonsense is that? This is about to be like a world. No, sikukuba nnyo. Tulinga abagenda mu kyombo kya Noah we bituuse. It's like the flood is about to come and just sweep away some people. Okay, guys, enough of this. We love you. You know we care about your marriages. We do. And sometimes the reason as to why we will go to these lengths is to show you. And if you're watching, I know that if you fall in that category, already you've started feeling they call it baile. Kaberanga obutandika okwambuka wano obusungu obowulira Bahati oyagala omuyuze. You know where to find me. Come for me. Come for me. But the thing is, we will not get tired of praying for you. We will not get tired of loving on you. We will not get tired of talking about these things. We know that it is our mandate, but it is sickening to see some of these things happening. And we don't want to sow seeds that we don't want to reap. God cannot be mocked. What you sow is what you reap. I have seen people on their deathbeds regretting their entire lives, but when they cannot spin the wheels, they cannot turn back the hands of time. You don't want to be that kind of person, and then you don't want your child to live that kind of life. If you don't think about yourself, then think about your children, think about the next generation. I think they deserve better. I know that we still have a lot to talk about this when it comes to infidelity and double standards. We as well want to talk about the reality of forgiveness. Like, it's not about forgetting, but there's healing after infidelity, and that is something that we'll talk about when we get time. We love you, and we pray that God, the grace of the Lord covers you.
Bye.